Genesis chapter 27. And it happened when Isaac was old, and his eyes were dim for seeing, he called his elder son Esau, Esav, and said to him, My son. And he said to him, Behold me. And he said, See now, I am old, I do not know the day of my death. And now please lift up your weapons, your quiver and your bow, and go to the field, and hunt game for me. And make for me delicious things, such as I love, and bring to me, and I will eat, so that my soul may bless you before I die. And Rebekah, Rivkah, heard when Isaac, Yitzchak, spoke to his son Esau, and Esau went to the field to hunt game, to bring it in. And Rebekah spoke to her son Jacob, Yaakov, saying, Behold, I heard your father speaking to your brother Esau, saying, Bring game to me, and make delicious things that I may eat, and may bless you before Jehovah, before I die. And now, my son, hear my voice. And now, my son, hear my voice, that which I command you. Go now to the flock, and bring me from there 2 good kids of the goats, and I will make them into delicious things for your father, such as he loves. And you shall bring it to your father, and let him eat, so that he may bless you before his death. And Jacob said to his mother Rebekah, Behold, my brother Esau is a hairy man, and I a smooth man. Perhaps my father will feel me, and I shall be like a deceiver in his eyes, and I shall bring a curse on me, and not blessing. And his mother said to him, Your curse be on me, my son. Only listen to my voice, and go take for me. And he went and took, and came to his mother. And his mother made delicious things, such as his father loved. And Rebekah took the clothing of her elder son Esau, the costly ones which were with her in the house, and she dressed her younger son Jacob, and she put the skins of the kids of the goats on his hands, and on the smoothness of his neck. And she put the delicious things and the bread which she had made in the hand of her son Jacob. And he went in to his father and said, My father. And he said, Behold me. Who are you, my son? And Jacob said to his father, I am your firstborn, Esau. I have done as you said to me. Rise up now, sit and eat of my game, so that your soul may bless me. And Isaac said to his son, How then have you so quickly found it, my son? And he said, Because Jehovah your God made it come to me. And Isaac said to Jacob, Come near now, and let me feel you, whether you are my son Esau or not. And Jacob came near to his father Isaac, and he felt him, and he said, The voice is the voice of Jacob, and the hands are Esau's hands. And he did not know him, because his hands were like the hairy hands of his brother Esau. And he blessed him, and he said, Are you then my son Esau? And he said, I am. And he said, Bring to me, and let me eat of my son's game, so that my soul may bless you. And he came near to him, and he took, and he ate. And he came to him, and he drank wine. And his father Isaac said to him, Now come and kiss me, my son. And he came near and kissed him. And he smelled the smell of his clothes, and he blessed him and said, See, the smell of my son is as the smell of a field which Jehovah has blessed. And my God give you of the dew of the heavens, and of the fatness of the earth, and much grain and wine. May the nations serve you, and peoples bow to you. Be a ruler to your brothers, and may the sons of your mother bow to you. And cursed be those who curse you, and blessed be those who bless you." And it happened that when Isaac had finished blessing Jacob, then it happened Jacob had only just left from the face of his father Isaac, and his brother Esau came in from his hunting. And he also made delicious things, and came to his father, and he said to his father, "Let my father rise, and eat from the game of his son, so that your soul may bless me." And his father Isaac said to him, "Who are you?" And he said, "I am your son, your firstborn Esau." And Isaac was terrified with a very great terror. And he said, "Who then was the one who hunted game and brought it to me? Yea, I ate from all before you came, and I blessed him. Also he shall be blessed." When Esau heard the words of his father, he cried out a great and very bitter cry. And he said to his father, "Bless me, me also, my father." And he said, "Your brother came with deceit, and took your blessing." And he said, "It is because his name is called Jacob, and this twice he took me by the heel. He took my birthright, and behold, now he has taken my blessing." And he said, "Have you not kept a blessing for me?" And Isaac replied and said to Esau, "Behold, I have set him over you as a ruler. I have given him all his brothers for servants. I have girded him with grain and wine. And what then can I do for you, my son?" And Esau said to his father, "Is one blessing left to you, my father? Bless me, me also, my father." And Esau lifted up his voice and wept. And his father Isaac answered him and said to him, "Behold, your abode shall be from the fat of the earth, and from the dew of the heavens above. And you shall live by your sword, and you shall serve your brother. And when it shall be that you fight, you shall break his yoke from your neck." And Esau hated Jacob because of the blessing with which his father had blessed him. And Esau said in his heart, "The days of mourning for my father are near. Then I will kill my brother Jacob." And the words of her older son Esau were told to Rebekah. And she sent and called her younger son Jacob, and she said to him, "See, your brother Esau is going to ease himself on you, to kill you. And now, my son, listen to my voice, and rise, flee for yourself to my brother Laban, to Haran, and stay with him some days until your brother's fury turns away, until your brother's anger turns back from you, and he forgets what you have done to him. And I will send you and take you from there. Why should I also be bereaved of two of you in one day?" And Rebekah said to Isaac, "I am weary of my life before the daughters of Heth. If Jacob takes a wife from the daughters of Heth, like these from the daughters of the land, what is my life to me?" Matthew chapter 27. And it becoming early morning, all the chief priests and the elders of the people took counsel together against Jesus, so as to put him to death. And binding him, they led him away, and delivered him to Pontius Pilate the governor. Then the one betraying him, seeing that he was condemned, sorrowing, Judas returned the 30 pieces of silver to the chief priests and elders, saying, "I sinned, betraying innocent blood." But they said, "What is it to us? You see to it." And tossing the silver pieces into the temple, he left. And going away, he hanged himself. And taking the pieces of silver, the chief priests said, "It is not lawful to put them into the treasury, since it is the price of blood." And taking counsel, they bought of them the potter's field, for burial for the strangers. So that field was called Field of Blood until today. Then was fulfilled that spoken through Jeremiah the prophet, saying, And I took the 30 pieces of silver, the price of him who was priced, on whom they of the sons of Israel set a price, and gave them for the potter's field, as the Lord directed me. And Jesus stood before the governor, and the governor questioned him, saying, Are you the king of the Jews? And Jesus said to him, You say it. And when he was accused by the chief priests and the elders, he answered nothing. Then Pilate said to him, Do you not hear how many things they testify against you? And he did not answer him, not even to one word, so that the governor greatly marveled. And at a feast the governor customarily released one prisoner to the crowd, whom they wished, and they had then a notable prisoner named Barabbas. Then they, having been assembled, Pilate said to them, Whom do you wish I may release to you, Barabbas or Jesus, called Christ, Yeshua HaMashiach? For he knew they delivered him up through envy. But as he was sitting on the judgment seat, his wife sent to him, saying, Let nothing be to you and that just one, for I have suffered many things today by a dream because of him. But the chief priests and the elders persuaded the crowds that they should ask for Barabbas, and to destroy Jesus. And answering, the governor said to them, From the two, which do you wish that I release to you? And they said, Barabbas. Pilate said to them, What then should I do to Jesus, called Christ? They all said to him, Let him be crucified. But the governor said, What wrong did he do? But they the more cried out, saying, Let him be crucified. And seeing that nothing is gained, but rather an uproar occurs, taking water, Pilate washed his hands before the crowd, saying, I am innocent of the blood of this just one. You will see. And answering, all the people said, His blood be on us and on our children. Then he released Barabbas to them, but having flogged Jesus, he delivered him up that he might be crucified. Then taking Jesus into the praetorium, the soldiers of the governor gathered all the cohort against him, and stripping him, they put a scarlet cloak around him, and plaiting a crown of thorns, they placed it on his head, and a reed in his right hand. And bowing the knee before him, they mocked at him, saying, Hail, King of the Jews! And spitting at him, they took the reed and struck at his head. And when they had mocked him, they stripped off his cloak, and they put his garments on him, and led him away to crucify him. And going out, they found a man, a Cyrenian named Simon. They forced this one to bear his cross. And coming to a place called Golgotha, which is called Place of a Skull, they gave him vinegar mingled with gall to drink. And having tasted, he would not drink. And having crucified him, they divided his garments, casting a lot, that might be fulfilled that spoken by the prophet. They divided my garments to themselves, and they cast a lot over my clothing. And sitting down, they guarded him there. And they put up over his head his charge, it having been written, This is Jesus, the King of the Jews. Then 2 robbers were crucified with him, one off the right and one off the left of him. But those passing by blasphemed him, shaking their heads and saying, You, destroying the temple and building it in 3 days. If you are the Son of God, come down from the cross." And in the same way, the chief priests with the scribes and elders, mocking, said, "He saved others. He is not able to save himself. If he is the King of Israel, let him come down now from the cross, and we will believe him. He trusted on God. Let him rescue him now, if he desires him. For he said, 'I am Son of God.'" And also the robbers crucified with him reviled him, saying the same. And from the 6th hour there was darkness over all the land until the 9th hour. And about the 9th hour Jesus cried out with a loud voice, saying, "Eli, Eli, lama sabachthani?" That is, my God, why did you forsake me?" And hearing, some of those standing there said, "This one calls Elijah." And at once one of them running and taking a sponge, and filling it with vinegar, put it on a reed, and gave drink to him. But the rest said, "Let be. Let us see if Elijah comes to save him." And crying again with a loud voice, Jesus released his spirit. And behold, the veil of the temple was torn in two, from top to bottom. And the earth quaked, and the rocks were sheared, and the tombs were opened, and many bodies of the saints who had fallen asleep were raised. And coming forth out of the tombs after his resurrection, they entered into the holy city, and were revealed to many. But the centurion and those guarding Jesus with him, seeing the earthquake and the things taking place, they feared exceedingly, saying, "Truly this one was Son of God." And many women were there, watching from afar off, those who followed Jesus from Galilee, ministering to him, among whom was Mary Magdalene, and Mary the mother of James and Joses, and the mother of the sons of Zebedee. And evening having come, a rich man from Arimathea, Joseph by name, who also himself was discipled to Jesus, coming up to Pilate, this one asked for the body of Jesus. Then Pilate commanded the body to be given, and taking the body, Joseph wrapped it in clean linen, and laid it in his new tomb, which he had cut out in the rock. And rolling a great stone to the door of the tomb, he departed. And there was Mary Magdalene, and the other Mary, sitting across from the grave. And on the morrow, which is after the preparation, the chief priests and the Pharisees were assembled to Pilate, saying, "Lord, we have recalled that deceiver said while living, 'After 3 days I will rise.' Therefore command that the grave be secured until the 3rd day, that his disciples may not come by night and steal him away, and may say to the people, 'He is raised from the dead,' and the last deception will be worse than the first." And Pilate said to them, "You have a guard. Go away. Make it as secure as you know how." And going, they made the grave secure, sealing the stone along with the guard.